This is the Stockwell Eldridge Show, giving you the real-time information you need to make educated decisions about buying and selling in the world-renowned Twin Cities. Now your hosts and real estate experts, Jason Stockwell and Don Eldridge.
Good morning, Minneapolis, St. Paul. This is the Stockwell Eldridge Show every Sunday at 10 a.m. here on AM 1280 The Patriot. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
And I'm Don Eldridge with Remax Results.
We have a great show for you today. If you are looking for a mortgage, for sure, but also a plethora of information about how to buy a home and how you can buy one with all kinds of wonderful loan products that are available. We'll get into some history of loans. I learned upstairs talking with our sales rep up there, Michael, about Jack was sharing some of the history of the mortgages and how it played out, so I want to talk about that. And we have two lenders on the show. Stephanie Havel with Wells Fargo. Welcome back, Stephanie.
Good morning.
How you
Glad to be here. Doing great.
We missed you at the fair.
I know, I did. I was listening in, though. I loved it, and I was so jealous because I really did want to be there with you guys.
Beautiful day. It was hot, and it was great. It was perfect morning. Foggy, and it was a great show.
Yeah.
And we had the typical hammering, though, next door. Because
I know, I heard that. I was gonna say, and I did have, I'm sorry to disappoint my fans. I know I had a couple people that were going to.
They did not want my autograph. They only wanted yours. So.
Oh, I was going to say, Don, but you were just
fun.
as great. So, yeah.
My kids came out. Katie came out, so they get to spend, I think we spent 5 hours there. It was, they were winded.
Were you guys giving away
Holy
free stuff? You know, like at the
cow.
Care 11 booth, if you come to the Care 11 booth.
Next year, we got to give away free stuff. We didn't, or waters or something. We didn't have anything to hand out at that time.
Note to self next
That's
year.
a really good idea.
Trinkets,
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we'll do that next year.
Okay.
And we also have Jack Benke here, who is also a lender in a different category. Welcome, Jack.
Thank you very much for asking me to be on the show.
You bet. Welcome. So first off, we'll start off with the market update with what's happening in the real estate market. And all in all, good news overall. We talked last week about the median sale price being higher. It's the highest it's been in pre-recession, since the recession, even with the previous peak. Supply is still low overall. And new home sales are actually still going up, which is great. What are the numbers, though, specifically on that, Dawn?
Well, we've got a decrease in new listings. They're down 5.5%. And we also have a decrease in closed sales, down 5.5%. However, we have an increase, which is the most important thing, in sale price. It's up 6.6%. So this time last year, the average sale price on a house was $261,417. This time this year, we are already at $263,265, which is great.
So we're up on that, and we talked about that last week with Nikki Knuckles from Wells Fargo about the affordability factor and how that's going to start to come into play now as prices keep going up and have been going up for quite a while. And she talked about the neighborhood lift program, which you guys still have money available for St. Paul and Minneapolis.
Right.
About 300 families should be, or 300 buyers should be able to be helped with that remaining. So if you have questions about that, reach out. And then there was another one that I thought was My First Mortgage, which I thought was a great program.
Yeah, the 3% down conventional. I know I've talked about it several times before on the show, but it truly is. We are the only lender now. People, I was just talking to somebody else and they said, well, I talked to my lender and they have a 3% down program. It is out there, but Wells Fargo's exclusive program, there is no first-time homebuyer restriction, which there is with the other lenders.
Yep.
And there are no income limits. So a lot of times with these low-down programs, you cannot make over X amount of dollars. Like with the lift funds, there are some income limit restrictions in order to receive that those funds. With our 3% down, you could be buying a $417,000 house. You could make $500,000 a year, and you can still use the program at 3% down. And we know realtors and appraisers especially love a conventional product over an FHA product all day long.
Yeah.
So again, we don't knock FHA, the government, it's a good program. But why not? I mean, the 3% conventional is such a great option, to be able to not have that upfront mortgage insurance, less requirements. I mean, it's just, and we're just selling like crazy. Even in our northern Minnesota market, where they typically use USDA, which is that 100% financing, USDA is getting kind of expensive with their upfront fees and their monthly guarantee, mortgage insurance, all that stuff. So people are finding a way to get a gift for 3% and using the My First Mortgage program, the Your First Mortgage program versus a USDA program.
Well, that's good.
It's that good.
So when you're out for so we're talking parade started, and if you're looking at all for, there's all kinds of different style of homes. If you're looking for brand new 2 stories, if you're looking for townhomes, condos, I'm sure some condos are on there, and also all kinds of developments, especially when you get outside of the cities. There's a lot of developments. We have a development in Roseville Garden Station that will be that is in the parade. It's single level. So if you or someone you know is listening, or if you're listening and they're looking to downsize or make the transition into a single level scenario, whether it's a co-op, a townhome, a condo, or just a single level house, whatever it may be, this would be a good option. And they want to stay close to the cities. So come by and check us out. We're right off of 36 and Dale, right there, just north of 36. You'll see the signs, and it's at the old fire station in Roseville. There's 18 units available, all single level, very spacious, wide doors. Everything's on the main floor. And they're wonderful, brand new construction with association run. So if you have a property down in Florida or Arizona or somewhere else, you could actually travel and be gone for a while without worrying about the property.
Yeah, it's a great city too. And is there a Facebook page, right, for the Roseville Garden? If I just went onto Facebook, would I find just Roseville Garden Station to see also some of the homes?
And the website as well, RosevilleGardenStation.com. So we'll be there 12 to 6 throughout the parade, and you'll see the sign. So come in and check it out. We met Jack with Spectra Home Mortgage. We met him through LinkedIn, and then he came in and talked about that, because what we're seeing on that, and I'll let Jack elaborate on this, is a lot of people that are in the age group to buy single level living are going up in price. Okay, so the new construction homes cost more just because of the cost of construction than perhaps your existing home that you've lived in for 30 years. And how do you go from a $300,000 home to a $400,000 home without going into more debt? Yes, without going into more debt, but you want the amenities of the single level,
right?
And the new. So I'll let Jack introduce himself, what he does, and explain a little bit about the mortgage history, about that. Purchasing that you could do, and how he really impressed us as far as what you could do if you are 62 or over, mainly. But welcome, Jack.
Yes, thank you. My experience has been, and I am an aging adult, is how do you transition from a home that's $250,000 maybe in your neighborhood to a suitable replacement home that may be main level living, association maintained, when the cost of these new homes could be $400,000 to $450,000. I mean, that's quite a challenge. And I have about 6 years of financial planning background, so I know that the dangers of depleting your retirement plan early can be a disaster for you later in life. So the challenge was, how can you get into this more suitable housing that will allow you to age in place in a safe environment and stay independent for as long as possible without going into your retirement account to make up the deficiency. You know, the difference between what you would net from the sale of your existing home to accomplish the purchase of the suitable replacement home. FHA in 2009, through the reverse mortgage program, added the option for the first time for eligible adults, that would be at least one adult being 62 years of age, to qualify for their reverse mortgage for purchase program. Essentially, there's a formula that they use. It's called a principal limit table, and based on the age of the youngest borrower and the expected interest rate at the time, we can calculate very quickly the percentage of the market value that they're going to be eligible to borrow. So if you take a 62 to 65 aging adult, just for simplicity, we'll say they're eligible for 50% of the value of the new home. In other words, FHA will put in 50%, they put in 50%, and we can close that deal. And the advantages to that are, in most cases, if they're transitioning from a home, just to use simple numbers, say a $250,000 house, you might have 10% selling expense, you might net out $225,000. You're looking at the $400,000 home, you're looking at the calculation, it calculates that you would come up with $200,000. FHA, based on your age and the principal limit table, will come up with the other $200,000. Well, you've been able to put the deal together. And if you look at the expenses of owning a new home versus the expense of owning an existing home, you're probably going to come out less. And the reason I say this is because of the deferred maintenance that continues to grow with existing housing. Roofs are wearing out, windows are wearing out, siding, doors, carpet, flooring. A lot of aging adults that I visit with feel, well, how can I live any cheaper? Well, if you actually calculate the cost of living in that existing home that they may have been in for 15 or 20 years, if the roof is coming due to be replaced, that could be a $15,000 to $25,000 expense. If you look at replacing windows in the home, replacing the mechanicals, the air conditioners, the furnaces, the water heaters, these are all additional expenses that are going to draw down either on their savings or they're going to have to go to their retirement accounts to draw this. So I find most aging adults in my age group are looking to be able to transition into new housing and the many benefits of new housing. They're also looking to get into association-maintained communities. Mom doesn't want Dad going up on the roof anymore trying to clean those gutters out, doesn't want him shoveling the snow anymore. The kids are worried about all the steps. Mm-hmm. I mean, these are really legitimate concerns.
Yep.
And so this program, which is a phenomenal program for aging adults, allows them to transition from existing properties into a suitable replacement property. Like I say, that they can stay in a safe environment, a project that's maintained, association maintained, and they can live independently for quite some time.
So that leads to a couple questions, Jack, and I have some. You said reverse mortgages, which if you're listening, if you out there have heard of reverse mortgages, there's been a lot of negativity towards reverse mortgages, or at least pinned towards reverse mortgages. So we'll talk about that in the next segment about why it's different now, or what is the deal with reverse mortgage, because there's so many. Same thing with ARMs. ARMs got such a bad reputation, but people still do ARMs, and if you do them properly, they're going to be okay.
Yeah, it can
Same
be a
thing
great
with reverse
product. It
mortgages.
just has to be used for the right person, the right time. And
Yeah, so we'll get back on that and talk to you about reverse mortgages and how they have changed and why it may work better now for you or your family. We'll be back soon.